So I just want to do a quick update about my EBT situation. Basically, I just had to deal with more stupid stuff regarding that, and I kind of got sent on like a wild goose chase. So I'm just going to do a quick story time, but I don't want to spend too much time on it again because like stuff is just stupid and annoying to talk about. So basically, after that last thing, I got this another letter that said that I need to provide the following documents regarding self-employment income details. So then it has this section where it says provide the following documents, and that section is blank. So I know at this point that in order to like get any answers about EBT, you have to call at 8 a.m. during the week. So this was Friday morning and I was going camping that day. I called them, 8 a.m. I was on hold, of course, for like 40 minutes. And then when somebody picked up, I asked them my question. I was like, I got this form. It says I need to provide documents, but it doesn't say what documents I need to provide. So they basically said that what I should do is write a letter from me that just says in my own words how many hours I work per week and how much I get paid. So I did that. I wrote the letter out by hand. And I tried to submit it through the app. There's an app for this stuff. So I go on the app, and the app is telling me that I don't have an active case right now, and it won't let me submit documents because of that. But it doesn't make any sense. And also I talked to some friends after this, and they said that the app was glitching for them too, and saying that they didn't have an active case either. And it was like freaky because all of us do have active cases. This is just like a slight tangent about a different thing that happened to me. But there was another time recently where I got this letter saying that in order to remain eligible for Medicaid, I needed to apply for disability and submit like proof that I had applied for disability. I don't know why, because I know I'm not eligible for disability. And I knew that I would just get rejected. And so I was like, so I have to like apply for disability, get rejected from that, and then send my application to the Medicaid people so that I can remain eligible for Medicaid. Like, how does that make any sense? Instead of doing that, I called them that time as well. Same deal, 8 a.m. Lots of hold, but way less hold than I would be on if I called later in the day. And they were like, that's weird. That doesn't really make sense. You wouldn't be eligible for disability. And then they had somebody call me back about it, and that person was basically like, oh yeah, you can just ignore that. We don't know why you got sent that. So sometimes that shit just happens. Sometimes you just get things that don't make any sense, and like the course of action is almost always just to call. So that's just another kind of like silly anecdote about like this being really like inefficient and annoying to deal with. But for going back to this story, so the app wasn't working and I was going camping that day at like 1 p.m. So I had to finish all of this. And another thing that I didn't say before is that when I got the letter that I'm talking about now, I got this on a Thursday, and they said that I needed to submit it by Monday, September 1st, which was Labor Day. So the Department of Human Services would not be open that day because it's a governmental office. I got this on Thursday. I opened it after 5 p.m. So the only way that I would be able to do any of this while the office was still open was to do it Friday morning, the day that I already had like lots of plans. So I had to deal with this on top of everything else because I'm like a last minute packer. I hadn't packed or whatever. So I like had to pack for camping, blah, 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 and deal with all of this shit because I knew that it was the only time that I would have to do it before it was too late, because I had to do it all by September 1st. So I got this on like Thursday and I had to finish it before Monday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the office would not be open. So when the app wasn't working and not letting me submit documents through there, luckily I live close enough that I could go in person to this office. So I went there in person, and it was very confusing. Everybody there was super nice. Well, everybody that I talked to. I also talked to another person that was like photocopying their documents, and that person was like giving me advice on like how to best go with the system. So it ended up, as far as I know, working out. I still haven't heard back from them about it, but yeah, the last minute thing, the calling, being on hold, the app not working and telling me that I didn't have an active case even though I do, and that happening for all my friends as well, and then not being able to submit the document through the app and having to go in person. In person, it was relatively smooth. The way that they do stuff in person is just kind of like janky, I guess, because like I had to put my documents through this, like, into this, like, almost like a ballot box kind of situation, and then I had to take this receipt to prove that I was there that day, and the receipt looks like this. It's just this, like, weird form that has the date. The date is stamped right there, and that's how they know I came in that day. Either way, hopefully it all works out, but yeah, I just wanted to, like, give this as an example of what I mean when I say that it's very difficult to get anything done through the Department of Human Services office. And I know that, like, everyone I know that has food stamps or Medicaid, like, has gone through this type of experience, like, several times. So that's my story. Okay, bye.